Jim. Just let me share the stream for a little bit, as per usual. GM, folks. Let's see. Crypto's doing pretty well based on like war news, it seems. Somewhat. However sad that may be. But yeah, I mean, like, let's start out with. I mean, like, all the this is interesting. So basically, like the other day, the total market cap of NFTs was at 1 point. I mean, like, I would swear it was kind of the same market cap, but it barely moved for Ethereum, I reckon, actually. It did not move for Bitcoin. Moved a little bit for Solana. The other day it was like at 72 mil. I mean, like, that's such a low market cap to begin with. 72 mil. It's like what, like a shit tier meme coin? That's the worth of all of the Solana blue chips. I mean, like, not even blue chips, just like not shit NFTs at floor price. Isn't that kind of crazy? I would say so. Let me just like share this on Twitter like one last time, and then we can actually get going, right? Because you know what, I do kind of feel it's kind of interesting to see that MATLATs are losing some terrain, and DeGods, I mean, like, it's no comparison, really, right? But like, it's kind of interesting that DeGods Y00ts just like keep on climbing up. For sure. I mean, like, that kind of so, you know what, like, talking about that, right? And it's not my own. I mean, like, I have like a slight preference for DeGods, but I have a slight preference for every Solana NFT. That's just kind of what it is. So if we're looking at, I think like Tensor is like the right way, go to like the 7-day volume. I'm quite sure like DeGods is it's not on top, but like it's rather high. It's actually like not that far. It's only 5% off MATLATs, and what, 3%? Is that 5%? No, it's actually 5%, and I guess like 2 to 3% for Claim Source. But when we're talking about market cap, right, is actually quite up there. So for like, this is like the interesting part, right? Like, so the market cap is actually rather low, but the volume is really high. Market cap is 30 Solana. Claim Source MATLATs, you're talking about collections with 160 Solana plus market cap. The two biggest ones, right? Like the Tomorrowland, like, it doesn't get traded a lot. Allegedly, it's more of a utility NFT. So I just find that like really interesting that DeGods basically has the same kind of market cap volume as like those bigger ones, because again, like the market cap is like so much lower, right? Like it's basically 5x lower. So why isn't the volume then 5x less, right? And to me, I mean, like that's when you start like just like thinking on things, right? What's that going to look like in the future, obviously? Because like folks, like fact is we've been like so oversold. This does not look to a top to me, right? I mean, like obviously it's not a top, but like you hear like these people yapping on how it's I mean, like if this were a shitcoin, everyone and their mom will be basically losing their minds on how it just broke out. And then they kind of like retest, like there's also like this argument, right? But like, you know what? Like I don't like this that much. Just for the simple, I mean, like it's up for debate, but like that way you'd only have like 2 points of contact. To where right now, if you draw it like this is just like a deviation. And I mean, like, there's an argument to be made. We already retested, especially on the daily. Keeps getting bought up so far, right? Bob Carson, how are you doing, my man? Broke Pepe, how are you guys doing? Bob recently bought this, like, I'm not sure if it's the first he got, but like he bought like a really good one for basically no, I mean, like that was like a dirty cheap purchase as well. Let's actually get at the one he bought, because that one was actually, we discussed it like many times on the stream, right? Like he pulled the trigger at 6 Solana for such a good one. It's obviously not for sale anymore, but just to basically give you guys an idea of like some of the treasures lying around at like the floor right now. Let's see. There you go, Bob Carson. Oh shit. Bob saying I popped this D cherry. I mean, like, you know what? Like at the end of the day, right? Like that's kind of a big thing we just want to do at the channel. Like, and apart from like DeGods, right? Because I'm not sponsored by DeGods, Dog, Candy, Chill. If you're looking at this stream and you guys are like, well, I want to sponsor this one, I'm not gonna stop you, right? Like Cat, like the digital parader is open for business, but I'm a fan of DeGods for sure. And I would definitely say like the skill set is mostly spent on this collection, even though like many Solana collections, but like this one is kind of great, right? This one was really good. pretty much sold at floor price. Season 1, not a fan at all. Season 2, really good, and like the reworked version without despair is like pretty good as well. But in my opinion, like the favorite one is season 3, right? And like that's the cool stuff with what's it called, DeGods, that you actually have like a few varieties to your NFT, right? So I would like really advise anyone, if you're remotely interested in, well, getting yourself a DeGod, actually only getting yourself a DeGod, to check the secondary markets and be like, hey, let's see which ones have we. Let's go for this one. Let's say like I find like this one to be like fairly clean, and I like the price. It's right at the floor. And why not check out what the other versions are like, as in like in the other seasons. So number 9356, you literally just go here. Let me just like deselect 9356. I mean, here's your season 1. Again, not a fan. Season 2 looks really cool. Also, talking about like season 2, like you gotta zoom into this. You see like the blood and like the stones like emerging from the skin. This is kind of cool, right? It's also like a kind of a nice detail that like the logo on the shirt is. I mean, like this is blood. Not physical blood, obviously, but like it's supposed to look like the same kind of blood as you see like emerging from the skin. And I mean, like those are the things, like if you are a, what's it called, like if you are a purist within the space, right, and you're here for like appreciating the art, like this is how you do it, in my opinion. Anyways, season 3, I think it looks kind of cool. I think it's fair, right? I think it's clean. I don't think it's like the very, very, very best, but like I think it's like quite cool. Also, just like something to keep into account, right? Like compared to yesterday, I believe we don't see quite as much being offered right now at these prices. We don't. You could say like the floor is like pretty thin. I don't think it's like the thinnest we've ever seen it, but like it's fairly thin. I mean, like if 50 would be swept, we would... How much would that be? That's like a... what? 30% increase? I'd reckon. Something like that. Yeah. 30% increase if we would sweep like 50. But like, you guys gotta understand, right? Like a few things, in my opinion. DeGods still has like some crazy reach when it comes down to mindshare, right? Like a lot of people have had their opinions on DeGods in like the last little bit. But equally, let's just say it like it is. Like, I'm looking at the DeGods chat right now, and you cannot like scroll back all that much, right? Like many people are still a fan. I mean, like it's for sure the most um appreciated community, or like the most appreciative community for the art, right? Like right now I'm just like scrolling up. I mean, like it takes you like quite a few scrolls to get back to like 30 minutes, to where like a few scrolls in like most NFT communities is like what, yesterday? Just like being honest here. So if you want to get to like yesterday, if you will, then you would actually have to like scroll for minutes. So having said that, right, like anyone looking to like join like a good community, you might as well give it a try. We don't care about like the things what happened with Frank DeGods back in the day, other than like our Lord and Savior is not like with us right here right now. um Basically new team took over, and like they got like quite some like cool monthly raffles, etc, etc. um so yeah, I mean, let's see what got listed recently. I mean, the seller of this one is an absolute fucking retard, but it's a cool looking gun. It's a good one. This is actually one of like my favorite radio skins, especially season 3. It looks like extremely good, right? Let's see, 5872. I mean, like season 1 is quite horrible. Season 2 is quite cool, actually. Especially with like these kind of legendary skins, right? Like I think it's always like a good thing to have, as I mean, just in life, right? Like have as much skin exposed as you possibly could. But like the reason why with like these mythic skins is because I mean, like the whole point of like this DeGod being more rare to begin with is the skin, right? Like there's only, I believe, like in about like 90 something radio skins. So if you would get yourself like a DeGod, you might as well get one to where it basically shows like the traits, well, which are like the most like prevalent, the most premium to begin with. So I mean, like this is where the money is at, right? In my opinion, with the season 3 version, with like the jacket being like open, right? Like you can see like the radioactive skin just like shining through, like the rib cage, the shoulders. I mean, like this is nothing to write home about, but it is what it is. I also believe that like the all-seeing eyes on this one just like match really. Jules Troop is saying S2 definitely best for the mythic skins. Well, Jules, I'll tell you this much. I think like S3 is like better in with this particular piece. Just like because like the colors are like matching really nice with the eyes. And it shows more skin. I mean, like that's my humble opinion, right? Like at the end of the day, like Jules has like a few DeGods himself. By a few, I mean like a shitload. You can decide for yourself what you like best, right? And like I've kind of experienced to where Um, it really depends on the god, right? Whatever DeGod you prefer. Again, I actually don't want to like give like highlights on a personal level to like the seller because like the guy's absolutely retarded, but it's a good DeGod. And also like the bot 2.0 is that I do think that grills are selling for way too much right now. I think like floors are a way better play. But if you want to get your hands on a grill, period, and you don't care what you're paying for it, then that one is really good looking. I mean, like this is a fine nebula, right? Like it's okay, it's good. Same same for this one goes as with this one, right? Like you're not getting any of this like at like the premium. I mean, like you're basically like you're paying premium price, but like I don't think it's a good price historically speaking, right? I don't think you should like have the need to spend like well 10 floors on a DeGod as in like a grill, and if you would, then it should be an amazing grill, right? Like one of like the top 100 best ones. I'm not sure if this is a top 100 best one, but visually it looks really really good. And I think like this is a fine nebula. Same as with the other one, right? um Now, is this a cheap nebula? Nope. Is it like the best nebula? Nope, not at all. I don't think so. But it's fine, right? Is it worth like 60 Solana? It kind of is if you really want to get your hands on a nebula. This seller equally is retarded, folks. Like he really is. But like then again, like that's very different from the art itself. I'll tell you this much though. For sure, like the season 3 is like the best looking one, right? This is kind of what it is. But again, I mean, like you're paying what? More than 10 floors for this. I don't think that's ever worth it. And if it would be worth it, then I mean, like it's not. It's really not. I just feel like grills are just like so insanely expensive right now that you don't have like much of a choice if you want to get one. But like you could also just like wait it out, right? Yeah, I mean, like season 1 is just hideous. So again, folks, I mean, when we're in better liquidity times, right? I think like these things should be selling at 3 to 5 floors, maybe 5 floors. People are in like so much like demand for grills right now. It seems. So yeah, but like that's the lucky buy kind of thing doing like these days, right? People just like degenning and hoping they get like what's it called, the 1% spin or whatever. Let's see what else has been listed. But I mean, like, no denying, holders cannot wait to dump their grills on your head, right? I think like this is like a little bit more reasonable. As for now, like the Heavenly Crown, I mean, like it's not the best trade, but like it's fine. I think there are what, like 40 or 50 crowns, something like that. 66. Whoops. I mean, like it's a fair trade, like it's a good trade, but like I don't think this is like the best one. I'll tell you guys this much though, like I do believe that it has like quite some decent lore to it. I believe that who was the guy? Like wasn't it called Hikaru or something? I know that like in the last cycle he actually was like someone meaningful for like the ecosystem. I do like the crown together with like the solar spiral. Very match as well. I mean, you're either a fan or you're not, right? With the Boy Scout tunic. I'm not the biggest fan, but like I got like some Boy Scout tunics myself. You do gotta appreciate like the claw marks here, right? I do think that looks like pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, interesting food for thought, right? Yesterday, I guess not that much got listed on the market. We saw this one being listed at 1,000 Solana, really cheap. I mean, this is quite a nice ape, I would say, but you know what? Like, historically speaking, right? Like, I just do not think that apes should be like this high. Let's see. I mean, like, that's just like 3x the floor price. People tend to dislike the pipe. I do not have like a problem with the pipe at all. Voice crack. No, like I mean, like I think like the pipe is quite cool, and especially on season 3, it looks pretty good. 9573. Let's see. I mean, I don't mind this one. Is it different from this one? Not really, right? I don't think so. But this one looks pretty cool. This one looks pretty cool. I mean, like for whatever reason, like people do not really like the pipe all that much, but I kind of don't have like a problem with it. Like, especially in season 3, again, like the jacket is open, right? Like that way you see actually like the chest stuff, like the ape popping out. It's a nice little contrast with like the hairy fucking rest of like the ape skin, right? The god hawk is like pretty much in demand. All I'm gonna say though is that historically speaking, like these are not cheap prices. They're just not. I think a 2x for an ape skin is a lot better than a 3x, and I think like that's kind of what one should like aim at to begin with. X-rays might be like more undervalued right here right now. I mean, like I do think this is actually like quite a good one. Smoking pure fucking gold. Let's see. 6248. 6248. Boom. I mean, they're basically like two versions of like season 2, right? Like they reworked it to this rather than this. But I do kind of feel like the best version here, like definitely in my opinion, is this one. Very clean, gray on black with the war armor, right? Like there's just like one kind of like color palette really, and that's gold with red, which kind of looks good with the pipe, right? Let's just call it like it is. But yeah, I mean, like folks, to be honest with you, right? Like it is like a little slower today. Like there's obviously some market making fucking around going on, right? With these basically differentiating between 5.5 and 5.7 pretty much. But then again, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like it does kind of look like it might just like shoot the fuck up anytime. And if not, we will find out like soon enough, really. What if I be wrong, right? Then I think we would have like this or something. I'm just not sure if that's going to be likely. Just being honest here. I mean, like anything's possible at the end of the day, but why risk it, right? That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, like at the end of the, we already retested this level. I don't think we really need to retest like the diagonals, to be honest with you. We did retest them here before taking off. We'll see, right? We will see, but like there's also like the counter argument to where once it broke, it just shot, right? Let's see. I mean, like we definitely broke this. This is going to be like some interesting time for like NFTs in general, I would reckon. So anywho, let's move on. Let's move to Utes. I mean, nothing really happened, right? With Utes. I will say it. I'll say this though. I mean, Utes has most definitely broke out in whatever way you look at it. I think like there's literally no denying. And again, like I'm far more of a collector than anything else, right? We should not really care too much about like technical analysis or whatever. But if you're ever gonna like shoot your shot in order to like buy them, then I do kind of feel like this might be like a good entry point. And if not, then what would that look like? Maybe this? Maybe like retesting like the neckline? I don't know. But let's get to the curation rather than like the technicals. I mean, are these new listings? Like, I don't think so. Just releasing the same ones. I mean, like, these are decent, right? I think this one is pretty cool at the bottom. But it isn't a new listing. Right, so like we don't see like a lot of sell pressure here, like so like a little bit. And let's see how this would continue, but man, I do feel like we have so much room to grow. Still, right? Oh, let's just get to it, to what would be like the best options here, right? This is interesting. So there was one I called the other day. Yep, sold 5 hours ago. I mean, in my opinion, this was like the best one. It was sold for 1.58, which is what, 20% above floor price, something like that. I think like this one is like quite cool. We called this one. Bob is saying he got the money bands yesterday. Let's see. This should be it. Nice. Looks good. Money bands also is like got featured in like the most beloved you trade tier list. Not like extremely high, but like it's like a very very good trade. And again, like it not getting like super high doesn't mean like it's not a good trade, right? Like you're competing against like the best trades in like the ecosystem, but like I mean, you gotta like this a lot, right? Or at least like I do. It's a cool utility. Well, there you go. I like this one. It was a different one. Let's see. What did you trade it for, Bob? 11603. That one was Hawks, wasn't it? Yeah, this one is cool. Floor mitts. Interesting. I mean, you know what? I think it's a great time to just like get some exposure in like more things, right? You don't want to be like overexposed in just like one area. I do think like this one is quite fun. The money bands, like it looks quite well with the coloring of the 24k gold blocks. And what I like actually a lot more than with the latest money bands I've shown is that obviously there's far more contrast with like the fur, right? The bands actually have like this golden kind of look to it, and the red comes back here with the humongous. Oh, there you go. I like it. Whoops. I think it's a good one. How many floor mitts did you trade for it? If I were to guess, I would say like 3. I don't kiss and tell. Well, there you go. Fair point. Fair point. Honestly, like guys, like anyone who would think to themselves like what is like the better you to basically buy at like the floor right here right now, I do kind of feel like that this one is like really good. Red. I think like the red is like a nice way of coming back. Same with the white, right? White in the eyes. You actually see the eyes, which is also like a nice little extra. The hat, white, and like in the polo shirt, like that's white as well. I like it. Like I think it's fairly good. I mean, like if anything, right? I like the value. I think like the value is great. Let's see how much gas we need to make this shit fly. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. So spending 70 or like 80 Solana, sweeping 50. That's going to bring us what? quite the appreciation in price, right? It's, I mean, like 80 Solana is so it's not a lot to begin with at all. Um, that's like what right now, 7-8K, and Utes would actually, well, how much is this? Appreciate by like 60-70%. Actually, no, I think more so than 50%. I mean, like, all we need here is like someone to just like drop 7K on Utes and we would gain like 50%. That's kind of nuts, isn't it? And I mean, like, right here, right now, you have like a few good ones to actually like choose from. I like this one too. I like it a lot. Sold by Bicep Tricep, so someone has defaulted on it. Interesting. I mean, like, I think like this one is like pretty good. There's like quite a lot to choose from, right? I would definitely with Utes in general, as there really is no rarity to begin with, I would definitely just make sure to stay like at the floor range. Really, like, I don't think there's too much upside with non-floors, other than if you would get like some of like the most beloved trades. But you know what, like, it's very subjective, right? For example, I think like this one looks like a little bit fun as well, but you might disagree there. There's no real trades to where it would be more rare than the next one. You might like, oh, let's see, this one more. And there's no real argument why anyone would be like right or wrong. Do I know of anyone trading a fast clothing trade? Nope. I don't know. I'm sure you can just like ask in the BST channel though. As far as, you know what, I actually remember someone getting these. Mansolo has a bunch of them. Yeah, I mean, like, no one cared until like he started to get them, right? Yeah, anyways, like this trade is kind of interesting, right? Like um you see like this like coming back in medievals, right? I think like Bob, that's why you're looking to get like some access to it. Or like access to it, some exposure to it. I mean, like with this one, it's actually quite fun that this is where you can like very easily see where like the guys have it's like the same designers from medievals and DeGods and Utes, right? I mean, like with medievals you see like a trade like very very much looking alike, right? I mean, it's not really in demand, other than like at some point like people like you are starting to like getting some of them, right? And like that's the cool thing, especially with Utes or like DeGods at these levels. Like there's still quite a lot of options, and this is also like a kind of a thing I'm going to like predict to you guys, right? As we would get more liquidity in and we will be trading at higher prices, like random kind of trades like this will have their own like floor, etc etc, right? So yeah, I mean, like with the fast trade, I don't think it's worth 2.5x the floor. I just don't. But you know what, like my opinion could be wrong here, right? Again, it's quite subjective. Like I think like this one, for example, looks like really 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 cool. I think like this one looks like pretty cool, for example, and like not too long ago like they were sold for just like floor price, right? So do with that what you will. I just wonder what are the best hands we can play with like the cards we're being dealt right here right now. I like this one a lot as well. I think not based on rarity, it's not, or like the way like this one is in demand. I see like Loki is like selling it. It's a fair price for a fair Ute. Like it looks good. Nothing too special, but like I do think like it's you can see the ice here, right? That's always like a premium a little bit. Nothing crazy coherent though. You know what, guys? Like honestly speaking, like if you were to like point a gun at my head, I would go for this one. I think like this one is like the best one in my opinion. I think like this one is great. Or like great. I think it's like pretty good. I think that's it for now, folks. I mean, like this is just like the truth to it. Not a whole lot has happened in like the past, like what, like when was my last stream? Like 12 hours ago, something like this on DeGods. So there's been like no real changes within like NFTs or like within like DeGods, right? Like if you're looking at like the NFT market, like you can see how kind of weird, I'm not going to lie, that like MATLATs is just like starting to trend down. But it is what it is. I expect them to do well. I like MATLATs. SMB is just like steadily going following like the same trajectory, right? I mean, it would be nuts if we just like shoot up from like these levels though. But it's a rising wedge, so more often than not they break down, but when they do shoot up, then it's pretty much lights out. And you know what? We're definitely more at the bottom than we're at the top, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if we would actually like shoot rather up than down, especially like if you would compare it against, I mean, doesn't look bad. Let's see. Interesting times. But like honestly speaking, right? Like if you're not gonna buy it here, then when would you ever? Yeah. I mean, I guess like that's kind of it for now. I'm going to like bring out a video later on Magic Eden with their Wonder Pig thing. I'm gonna review this, and not for the better. I think like this is pure shit. We're losing like chains to trade on, basically to just like get Gamblefied dumped on our heads. Like it is what it is. Like I will make like a video on this like later today, and let's go from there. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and on to the next one. Cheers.